Cross River State is one of the oil-producing states in Nigeria. In addition, agriculture contributes 42% to the state's economy. This huge contribution of agriculture is due to the state's agricultural potentials and the efforts of both the federal and state governments to develop those potentials. Tonight, our searchlight is on the agricultural potentials of Cross River State and efforts to develop those potentials. But before then, we have news from the diary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. I'm your anchor, Gabriel Ojide, welcoming you to the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. Please stay tuned.
Every part of Nigeria has something to offer.
Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria begins with the News Diary segment. In our lineup, Agric Ministry signs MOU with NIMC to commence farmers' data capturing. Also, Agric Minister tasks agricultural institutions to deliver on mandate to ensure food security. Details after this break. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the National Identity Management Commission to commence farmers' data capturing across the country. This will be used for farmers registered to enhance planning, intervention, and credit card. The signing of this MOU came after a series of engagements between the Ministry and NIMC towards developing the template of a detailed information register and the utilization of a card that will be issued to farmers after the exercise. Speaking in an interview with journalists after the signing of the MOU, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, described the farmers' registration exercise to be undertaken nationwide as a game changer, which will ensure that real farmers are registered with their farmlands and to also enhance planning.
Well, what we have just signed now with the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, is the development of a farmer register. We're going to use the platform that NIMC has, that is to say the NIN number, the National Identity Number, and also the card, which will contain all the biometric information of the individual farmer. Now, first and foremost, what is key about this is we are going to, first and foremost, identify the farmland or the farm space and also plug in the farmer. So that is where we are now going to actually register a genuine farmer, which will have only one biometric and one NIN number. So we know actually who we are going to, in terms of intervention, who we are going to target. And that is the first, we'll have a primary information. And then the secondary information will now give us the location of the farmland, the geolocation of the farmland, the types of crops, the types of soil, the type of farm cultivation.
Also speaking, the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Engineer Abisoye Koka Odusote, stated that the farmers' data capturing will be done in phases and the Commission would deploy its staff and offices in all the states and local government areas to ensure that genuine farmers are registered.
NIMC has its own processes for ensuring that we register the farmers, because we have to capture their biometric information, which is sensitive data. So we will follow the normal process of doing that. We have offices in every local government across the country, and we also have state offices in every state. So we will be utilizing all of our resources to be able to ensure that goes down. So our teams have formed a working group, and they are definitely going to go out in the field to operationalize the plan that has been agreed today, which we have signed in the MOU.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has urged the agricultural research institutes to strictly focus on their mandates and ensure that some challenges confronting agricultural production in Nigeria are addressed through research. The minister gave this directive in Abuja during his meeting with executive directors from the various agricultural research institutes in Nigeria. The minister said that research is the backbone of agriculture, and getting it right at the research level would enhance production. He added that the National Agricultural Development Fund would also be another way of ensuring that research is adequately funded to ensure that the institutes deliver on their mandates and in line with the renewed hope agenda of the president.
And this is one way that we're looking at supporting research into funding so that we can have, a concept that will, because research in seeds and soils and what have you is what is lacking now, actually, when you look at it. We are heavily challenged, and I think if we don't get it right at the research level, we may miss the tangent completely. So I don't want to go into some of the details, but this is by and large one of the main reasons why I asked to have an opportunity to talk with you, to have a buy-in of, for you to key into Mr. President's renewed hope agenda on food security.
Also speaking during the meeting, the Executive Secretary, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Hamidu Sharubutu, commended the leadership of the minister towards ensuring agricultural research and food security in Nigeria. He added that the meeting is timely for the institutes to have a clear direction before the budget defense to ensure the well-being of agriculture in Nigeria.
You have laid down some principles as far as improved production is concerned in this country. All the EDs are fully aware of your positive disposition as far as our function is concerned. Now we're getting into the budget season. Tomorrow we're going to start our defense at the joint meeting. And I think we all supported the fact that this is the time where we'll listen to you and for you to be able to give us a clear directive so that the good intention of Mr. President that is always conveyed through you to us will be well elucidated for us to appreciate your state of mind as well as your disposition.
Did you know that Cross River State is the only state in southern Nigeria that can grow wheat? Did you also know that the state has over 1.8 million hectares of arable land and is rich in the cultivation of cocoa, rice, and cassava? In our next segment record of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, we shall focus on the agricultural potentials of Cross River State and the efforts of government and other stakeholders towards fully exploiting the rich agricultural potentials in the state. Do sit back and watch.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is working with each state of the federal government to ensure agricultural development and food security. One of the states that has attracted the attention of the ministry due to its potentials for growing wheat is Cross River State. Cross River State is located in southern part of Nigeria. The state has a total land size of 2.2 million hectares with 3 agroecological regions. 1.8 million hectares is arable and suitable for a variety of crops. The current cultivation level is approximately below 35%. Over 70% of the land is still available for agricultural activities. The state climate supports all year-round agro activities, with rainfall from March to November and spread evenly across the state. Agricultural investments account for over 42% of the state's economy. Due to the climate condition in the state, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has enlisted it as the 16th wheat-producing state in Nigeria and the only wheat-producing state in southern Nigeria. This potential was mentioned during a courtesy visit of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security to the Governor of Cross River State.
I would like to congratulate and also say it here to Cross River State for being the 16th wheat-growing state in Nigeria and the first from southern Nigeria, south Nigeria, which is a very huge milestone because ordinarily it is assumed that wheat will not grow outside of the northern, and it's partly because of the Harmattan climate, but here we are. We have similar climatic conditions and all similar soil.
There are extensive water bodies available for irrigation in Cross River State, and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture is working in synergy with the state government to ensure the development of agriculture in the state, and particularly to ensure wheat production due to the importance of wheat and its impact on the nation's economy.
Wheat may not be popular among Nigerians, but they don't know. Almost 60% of their meal every day is wheat. Even from the Ghana in the traffic that they buy over the window of the bus is wheat. Bread is wheat. Meat pie is wheat. Spaghetti is wheat. Cake is wheat. Semovita is wheat. And the list goes on and on. And the import of this development is that the government and administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made an emphasis not only on food and nutrition security of the country, but to also reduce and revamp the economy.
The Cross River State government has also shown great commitment to work with the federal government to grow and produce wheat in the state.
Honourable Minister, let me also thank you for choosing Cross River State to test run the wheat planting in the south. And I assure you that we're going to beat your expectations, and we're going to ensure that we move it to the next level. Like you said yourself, anything that comes to Cross River State, we nurture it and make it first.
The arable land in Cross River State supports the cultivation of crops such as oil palms, rubber, cocoa, plantain, rice, cassava, banana, wheat, maize, among others. To boost the cultivation of oil palm in the state, the Cross River State government supports farmers with about 3 million oil palm seedlings. Effort has also been made to increase cocoa production in the state.
When we as Zone Office, the first thing we did was in agriculture. We went ahead and procured 3 million seedlings of palms. After doing a soil analysis, and then we discovered that we can plant palms across the 18 local government area of Cross River State. Those palms were procured by NIFO and they've been planted. We've also gone into the massive regeneration of cocoa.
The government and other stakeholders in the state are also taking advantage of the climate condition in the area of rice farming.
We're also increasing our input when it comes to the farming of rice in Cross River State. His Excellency graciously flagged up last time in my local government area, Goja local government area. How many hectares was it? 50,000 hectares of rice for farming and all of that. And we have mobilized people to site who are also doing that. When it comes to cassava, Cross River State is #1, and the quality of cassava that is being produced in Cross River State, I don't think there's any state in Nigeria that have the same quality of cassava that we do have here.
Cross River State agricultural system is also unique because the state is noted for having 3 climate belts that support agricultural production.
If you recall, about a month ago, Cross River State was listed by the federal government as the 16th wheat producing state and the only wheat producing state in southern Nigeria. So for us in Cross River State, it's a big win, and we owe it all to the visionary leadership of our governor, Senator Prince Bassey Tutu.
Other major opportunities available for investors in the state include commercial production of poultry, piggery, fisheries, fertilizer production, agro-processing, packaging of fruits and vegetables, among others.
In case you just tuned in, the program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, and we have been discussing the agricultural potentials of Cross River State and the efforts of the federal and the state governments to develop agriculture in the state. Aside the direct intervention of the federal and state governments, development partners in collaboration with the government have also made their impact felt. In our next segment, Partnership for Development, we are focusing on the partnership with donor agencies and other development partners to develop agriculture in Cross River State. Keep watching.
We'll try to avoid any chemical form of fertilizer or anything.
So from this place, what we learn here, that is what we take to our various schools.
I hope you are following the normal procedure of feeding. We'll be fascinated seeing things moving.
There are many agricultural development programs in Cross River State being implemented by the government in collaboration with World Bank, International Fund for Agricultural Development, among others. One such project is the Model Fish Hatchery in Calabar, supported by the federal government in collaboration with the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), an International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD), and other stakeholders. It is built to develop fishery subsector in the state. It has different sections ranging from the brood stock bank, hatchery, the fingerling, the laboratory, among other sections.
This is the model facility for Nigeria. This is going to be the first of its kind in Nigeria. So now this facility has different compartments. So if you look straight down with a name tag there, you see the brood stock. So that's where we have our brood stock. And then down behind you, I know the camera may not be able to cover that, is the incubation tank where we have the fries and the fingerlings. So the procedure is to produce move them here as fingerlings, and then move them out as juvenile. Like we said, this facility have capacity of 20 million per year, and that can be achieved through calculated production. We are ready for Africa. We want to feed Africa with aquaculture because we know agriculture is the way out.
The model fish hatchery was built with capacity to produce 20 million fingerling and 12 million juveniles per year. This much was disclosed by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, during the commissioning in Calabar.
It may interest you to note that the facility has the capacity to produce 20 million fingerlings and 12 million juveniles per year. It will also serve as a training and research center which is visibly aligned with the strategic objectives of food security agenda of our dear nation.
The fish hatchery would address basic challenges to fish production in Cross River State.
The model fish hatchery project is conceptualized to address the challenges of unavailable, viable, accessible and affordable fish, which were identified as impediments to fish farming practice in the state. This project is completed with funding support from the Life ND project with extension, advisory and advocacy services being provided by the United States Agency for International Development.
Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprise in the Niger Delta, Life ND, has also trained many Nigerian youths, women, and physically challenged people in the area of production and value addition of rice, cassava, fishery, and poultry.
This is the breeder seed for planting. So after planting, you mill it into processed rice, which everybody eats. Then with this one too, you can process it to give you rice flour. From this rice flour, you can do chin-chin. You can do peanuts, so on and so forth. And then there is shaft here, which is here, is used into this. We call it briquettes. These briquettes are used in as charcoal. The big ones is for the factory, right, the bread factory. It can burn for 7 days without being stopped. So instead of wasting time with firewood, you use this. It's carbonated, but it does not flame to the pot to be black.
Cassava value chain is one of the major areas the Life ND project has impacted positively. These area of products are developed from cassava value chain. In the area of production, youths in Cross River State under the Life ND project have also been trained in the use of this machine for weed control and as a means of livelihood.
This is a motorized sprayer. There are some youths that don't do production, but we support them with this. So with this, they can earn a living. Anybody wanting to spray the farm will invite you. You do it with this. And you know this one, if you want to uproot from the tap roots, you use this one. So there are varieties. That's killing the grass.
Women in Cross River State have also been supported through the effort of government to develop agriculture for food security.
I advise them to go into agriculture. Agriculture is a paying project that when you cultivate, you put food on the table, you sell out, you help your neighbors in agriculture. It's not only you that will benefit. By the time you go into agriculture, your neighbors, you feed them and they benefit from you too. I encourage women to go into agriculture. Whether you are a civil servant, whatever you are, I encourage you to go into agriculture. It brings more impact on your livelihood.
The federal and state governments, in collaboration with development partners, have indeed impacted the lives of many Cross Riverians through agriculture. In our next segment, Farmers Speak, let us take the testimonies of the impact the agricultural programs have made in the lives of the people.
This program has been able to create jobs because there are several people along this chain that are already getting employed.
They make farming very, very lucrative.
We still need more. The more they help us, the more we have a large farm.
The business sustains me, all my children, I feed them with what I get from the farm.
Actually, this program has been of great impact to me as an individual. When I left secondary school, I had no hope to go to school again, but then they came into our community and I became part of the program, and the program has impacted well as in income. I have daily income, weekly income, and even monthly income as a result of the training which I underwent, and then through the empowerment as well. It has really helped me.
Okay, I've actually been unemployed for a long time with my field with little or no jobs opportunity. So coming across IFAD Life ND, they have helped to improve, to enable us, enlighten us and educate us as one of the beneficiaries to sort out these products. I'm under cassava processing. We have different fields. So I'm under cassava processing for the meantime, which I'm about to expand because I plan on expanding and supplying.
To tell you the truth, today is my happiest day because I am actually an orphan, and being an orphan, life is not easy. You know what you have to go through in the society. Looking for jobs here and there, and people want to take advantage of you just to give you a job. Then I just tell them, it's not even them taking advantage of you. If they take advantage of you, would they still give you the job? So it's hard these days for orphan to really grow. But I want to say thank you to IFAD Life ND for making me who I am today. They picked me from the street. I didn't have a job. But when I heard about the program, I applied. And I was picked. I was lucky enough I was picked. To tell you the truth, I was thinking it was fake. But trust me, the program is not fake. If you're here and you're one of the beneficiaries, don't go back. Just continue. Trust me, at the end, you will smile.
Indeed, agriculture is the way to go to ensure food security, jobs, and wealth creation. Take advantage of the opportunities in the agricultural sector in Cross River State and Nigeria as a whole to improve your livelihood and by extension contribute your quota to the nation's food system. Keep a date with us again, same time, same station, next week for another episode of the program. I am Gabriel Ujile. Just have a pleasant night rest and bye for now.